First flight of the day, you'd be doing the servicing checks on the oil, radiator fluid, things like that. For today, right now, what we're doing, just looking for general condition of the airplane, just some interesting things and features I can show you on the plane. We'd start up in the cockpit, check the fuel pumps to make sure they're working on the left and the right tank. They're automatically on with the selector, so that way you don't have to switch a pump with every time you're selecting the actual fuel selector valve. Okay, okay, that's how it works. So it's all automatic from there. You just turn the booster on. So you check that by turning the master on, go through the left and right settings, make sure you hear the pump running because you never hear it on the engine. Okay. Just standard item. Check, like I said, quantities of oil, radiator fluid, and all that. Check the condition of the cockpit, make sure there's no loose items, anything busted or broken. At that point we come out, I like to start by pre-flight down here on this back flap here. We'll start by checking this and the connection up here to make sure it's solid and not broken or twisted, because you can see that's actually a rather small fork end for such a large flap that's 50 degrees.
It is 50 degrees, okay.
So that gives you an idea there, and we're checking it for security. This is one of the neat things on the Mustang that they do is a visual reference indicator to tell us how many we have on degrees for the flaps.
Okay.
They are hydraulically operated.
Okay.
And then this is a stopper, and you can see the cables running in here. We check the fuel quantity and the taps, make sure they're secure. We have plenty of fuel for this flight. Next, very big item, gun bay doors. Make sure they are secure and locked. That's why the red lines are here. These latches are all flush, and nothing's moving or bulging or not engaged. Backward come up in flight, you can protection. Speed ramps and things like that. It's going to kill the lift on the wing, and there's cases during the war that they said they were at high speed to the wing. Okay. Right now I have the control lock because of the wind and the direction it is, but one of the things you check that's unique to the Mustang is what's called a sealed balance aileron. Okay. There is a fabric seal inside here. If you look very carefully, you can just see the beginning of the leading edge of it. And you're checking that to make sure it's not torn and ripped, and you can feel it moving smooth and freely. And what that does is instead of allowing air pressure to spill out the other side of the aileron when you turn, the air bubble moves inside here and it pressurizes that cavity.
Okay.
It starts to act like a balance or to help boost the flight control, all by air pressure. It's pretty sneaky design. North America went through about 12 different designs before they were happy with that. Trim tab security and that type thing, make sure everything's pinned and you don't see anything loose or missing or rivets or anything like that. General damage for the aircraft, skin, stuff like that. Very standard. That safety wire, this nut slowly backs out, and then it's going to dump the circuit.
Right.
Yeah. So that's good. And then security of the gear doors.
With no parachutes.
No, we have parachutes, but we don't want to bail out. Trust me. Other big deal is this is the main actuator for the landing gear up in here. Okay. You want to make sure that this bungee cord is here and intact. This is something they added after the war because this linkage here is rather long going to the landing gear.
Okay.
You want to check the condition of this linkage and arm and up in here with a flashlight to make sure that there's nothing cracked, twisted, or bent, because if you lose that, you've lost the gear for that side. And what happened, and the reason for the bungee cord is sometimes they've had these fail in this area. And what will happen without that bungee cord is this thing drops down in there and it locks the gear half up, half down, and you're totally screwed. Okay. So if somebody came up with the idea, well, if we just put a bungee cord or spring on it to hold it up, well, then the thing can free fall back out again, and it's no big deal. Then we're looking for hydraulic leaks, radiator leaks, oil leaks coming through this area. Check the landing light here to make sure it's moving free and easy. Check the uplock latches for the landing gear door here and here, and micro switch. This switch here to make sure it's moving freely, the springs are good. Here's the uplock for the landing gear. Check that for security, make sure it's moving free and you feel the spring. I usually just move these a couple inches to make sure they're moving free and don't feel like there's any slop. Fuel leaks on the fuel valve because it's just kind of come around this side here, check all the cowlicks for security. Checking the rubber cuffs on the blades. If you have a cuff off, this is a 2 style high altitude cuffs. All the modern ones you see out there with the big square tips. Yes, you don't need the cuffs. Very late. Most P-model Mustangs and C's, B's had this problem. Okay. Same thing on this side with the exhaust. See, you hear that nice thing?
I do.
Yep. Okay. So that's how that works.
That was the thwack?
Yep.
That's correct.
So,
This is all in the POH.
Yep. Same thing here on the gear door. Accumulator pressure, make sure it's in this range right here. So you should have about 375, 425 in that neighborhood. Gear lock on this side. Same thing here, spring, security, make sure it's not cracked or broken. Same on the sequencing pin, make sure all that works. Uplocks again on this side of the micro switch. On oil leaks and radiator leaks and that type thing, or anything that looks out of place or worn, or like the tire might be rubbing something, it's always good to do that. If you were going to be sumping the airplane, the sumps for this thing,
Yeah.
way up here underneath.
Oh my goodness.
They're kind of a bear to get to. We don't need to do them right now because the airplane's been flying and already sumped for the day. So
All right.
we're set on that. Same thing on the gear for this side, security, safety.
Let's go ahead. Kick the tire, listen to the brakes.
Yeah, make sure you don't hear anything else going on.
Make sure my pin is there.
Exactly.
Yes.
Pitot tube on this side, make sure it hasn't been bent or twisted, it sticks down a ways. Clear bugs and then the fuel vent as well.
Okay.
Wingtip for general condition. Same thing on the aileron on this side for the balance. And then checking for security on the trim tabs. You see it's nice and stiff. They don't allow but 3/30 seconds if there's lock on these things.
Okay.
So they start chattering. Same on the flaps here. Gun bay access. We're going to latch them off. Gaps are secure. We've already known quantities of things. Bearings condition here. Anything oil leaks. Any radiator leaks. Pools underneath.
Right.
Obviously, when you're going to be sumping your airplane, you always be checking radiator scoop. Make sure there's no birds living in there or something.
course.
Just like I would tell them. Back side here, you can stick your head up in here. The actuator linkage here.
Okay.
The indicator arm and the emergency release is kind of all the way up on the right side here.
Okay.
Make sure this is secure on it and you don't feel anything wobbling or chattering, because if this door breaks, this is vector thrust.
Oh.
If it breaks crooked, it's going to push your airplane. Maybe take a picture here. Tailwheel gear door security, duck your head up in here, look for any leaks, broken cables, that type situation, anything that looks out of place or busted. Tailwheel, big deal. No cracks, no bulging, no issues there. We're getting them from China. They're a real problem.
Oh, okay.
That's probably the longest lasting one we've had. I've had one that wasn't 2 weeks old and I landed on it. And it was like, it feels a little weird. Get out and look at it. Bulged way out. There was a crack, ½ inch wide, from the rim all the way down to where the tread was. It was about ready to pull the tractor.
Don't buy Chinese.
Alligator tail thing. The problem is the only ones are certified. The company used to make them in the U.S. and they've been certified for them. They switched manufacturing to China. Everybody's worried about it in the industry. But, oh, they're the same. No, they're not good. Bearings, same thing here. Condition, look for pop rivets, blown bearings. Condition of fabric, security of elevators. They're locked right now. Don't see any tapes peeling. No holes in the fabric. Trim tab's nice and tight. Same on the rudder, both sides. There it is. Locked down. Just unlock, you do a full deflection, both trims. Check it. This is both a trim tab and an anti-servo tab to detune the rudder. Originally, North American had it as a booster tab. It ago, they took and flipped the linkaging around, so that way, if I push the rudder right, that's going to come out and go right with it as well to make the rudder heavier.
I'll be.
North America was always known for the time period to have very light direct flight. So that's flying airplanes. It is a fingertip airplane. You do not manhandle this thing. It's very sensitive. It goes up and down. Ailerons are a little bit stiffer, but very direct.